Alright, hey guys, what's going on? It's that home theater dude. Got a brand new episode for you today. You guys know I like home theater equipment, but this is kind of a little bit of an offshoot of that. This is a gaming monitor from BenQ. This is going to be the EU3280u monitor. This is an IPS monitor for gaming. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the quick specs about this one. I'm going to let you know what my buddy thinks about this one. He's a computer science engineer, and he's going to go ahead and show you his rig. He's going to tell you a little bit about his experience with the monitor, and then we'll go ahead and give you a full-on review. So stick around. We'll do it right after the intro.
All right, cool. So this is my wife's setup. It's a Lee & case. It has an i7-4790K CPU in it. It's got a 2060 Super graphics card in it. It has an AIO Coolmaster liquid cooler for the CPU cooler, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive. It's a nice little gaming rig for her. And then it's got RGBs all over the place. And then we're playing video games on this cool BenQ 4K monitor. Having a blast over here. The computer science, that's me. But yeah, and then this is the rig that I'm building right now. It's got the 10th gen i7 processor. It's going to have a 2080 super liquid cooled, and it's going to be a water cooled system in itself. But that's the Fractal Design S2 case, so we're going to have that up and running in a couple weeks. That'll be fun.
And you're used to playing with a curved monitor?
Yeah, so I play with a Gigabyte curved monitor, and that's just because it's got some really cool game settings on it. So like if I'm playing a first-person shooter like Call of Duty, I can go to FPS setting on it. It's already calibrated to that. Or if I'm playing something like Diablo 4, or Diablo 3, I can play with role-playing settings on there. So it's a nice immersive monitor, about $400.
Alright guys, so this is the BenQ ew3280u gaming monitor. It's 32 inches, 4K HDRi monitor with an anti-reflective coating on the front. Really cool for if you have direct sunlight coming in or other type of lighting issues in your room. It also has actually 4 different ways to hook things up. So you have a USB-C, it has an all-in-one cable, so you can do audio, video, and also power through a single cable, which is really cool. 2 HDMIs for 4K, and then you have the display port on the back as well. I'm going to talk about that display port in a minute. Setup is a breeze. You take it out and go ahead and hook it up real quick. It literally took me like 5 minutes to get everything ready to go, and we're up in gaming. So you have a couple different mounting solutions in the back. You have a WESA 100 mount. So if you want to go ahead and mount this to kind of like a monitor mount that kind of switches out and swivels, you can do that as well. Otherwise, you'll put it on the monitor stand right there. One little feature that I wanted to talk about with the monitor stand is that this monitor comes with a remote and also a pad. So you're going to want to put that pad right there in the monitor stand. It gives you a little bit of area to support that. And the remote works well. The functions on the back work well. There really isn't an issue with that. You'll notice that this has dual 2-watt speakers and a 5-watt subwoofer built into it. So I noticed that whenever we were gaming, we didn't turn it up super loud, but the overall experience was really clear, and I didn't have any issues with it.
Damn, we're stuck here.
The cool thing is there's several different sound modes that you can cycle through. So depending on what you're doing, either gaming or watching a movie, there's different EQs that you can dial in for that specific purpose. Besides that, you're going to notice that this has HDRi, and like I was talking about before, HDRi is different than HDR. Because HDRi, it has a sensor in it, so it basically reads the room with your ambient light coming in, and then it makes it best suited for your specific scenario at that specific time. So really, really smart feature built into it, and I think that's why the eye is on it, because it's really intelligent. Besides that, like I was talking about, the menus are easy to navigate. I didn't have any hang-ups or issues with that. And like I was talking about before with the HDRi, there's different settings that you can choose. So depending if you're watching a movie or if you're gaming or going to YouTube, it has different settings specifically for those type of applications. It also upscales, so if you're just watching SDR content, this has intelligent HDR upscaling. So things that aren't natively HDR, you can dial in some HDR with that. It's really, really cool. And natively, this one does auto 24 frames a second. And with your DisplayPort connected, just with the DisplayPort, not with the HDMIs, you get your auto FreeSync. And that's something that's native specifically to that DisplayPort. So that's a specifically different cable than an HDMI cable. So just make sure you guys are paying attention to that whenever you buy one. Besides that, it has different color modes as well. I thought that was really cool. That's probably one of the coolest features that I saw on it. I'm not really seeing this very often in other type of monitors, but you have color weakness. If you're colorblind or colorly challenged, it helps out with that. So you're not going to have a decreased gaming experience if you have that issue. Also, you have text for reading mode. So if you're sitting there, you guys are studying for something, or you're probably trying to get to the end of this book and you don't want to strain your eyes, you can basically turn it into that mode. So one more thing that you guys may want to pay attention to is the blue light features on here, which I think is really cool. You can basically decrease the blue light that's going into your eyes. Your body sees blue light as stimulant. So if you've ever tried to go to sleep while you're playing with your phone at night, it makes it a little harder for you to go to bed. So it has different ways to modulate that, as well as a couple different settings for you. And I think that's a big plus. Okay, so overall, guys, my impressions of this unit is going to be a pretty solid piece of gear right here. So if you guys want to go ahead and grab one of these and add it to your arsenal, I think it's going to fit very well into anyone's system. The overall image that comes through is really clear. There's tons of color pop on there. Those HDRi settings definitely really help out. We played this with lights on, lights off. I mean, it looked great no matter what type of scenario it was going into. Another thing that I will probably say is that if you guys are judging the unit specifically off this video, be aware that the different frame rates that are being used and also being recorded, it's a little different. So I film in 24 frames a second, and these games are at all kinds of different frame rates. So it's a little bit of a challenge to go ahead and show you guys a real world scenario, and plus the camera doesn't sync as quickly as it should to show you the best type of image. So I did my best to go ahead and try to get that out to you guys. But overall, I think this is a really good unit. I think you guys may want to go ahead and grab one too. So I'm going to go ahead and leave links down in the description. Okay, so full disclosure, BenQ did send this thing out to me for a review. I did not pay for this one. They did not pay me for it either, and they're allowing me to keep it. So I'm either going to give it away, or I'm going to use it as a recording monitor to frame up some shots. I haven't really decided yet. But besides that, I haven't been compensated one way or the other, and also I'm not getting paid for the links down in the description. But I figure it's a good unit. I think you guys will enjoy it, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and give these guys a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to grab one, just go ahead and click down in the description. Besides that, if you want to give them a shout out on Twitter, I'm going to go ahead and leave their information down there as well. I think this video is pretty straightforward. I mean, like there's nothing really negative to say about this thing. Obviously, you guys will want a home theater type of scenario, or maybe even some quality headphones whenever you're gaming, but besides that, I think that this is a really solid unit. Well, alright guys, I'm going to go end this video here. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment down below, leave me a comment, leave me a message. I know it's been a while. I'm going to go ahead and update you guys about my absence very shortly, but it's been a really cool experience doing these videos, and I'll go ahead and catch you guys on the next one.